Hello, this is Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer.
Welcome home. Soar into tower. We are ready for takeoff.
Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hey, it's Amy from DVC Clubhouse.
Hey Clubbers, it's Scott from DVC Clubhouse.
Hey, it's Kathleen from DVC Clubhouse.
Welcome aboard. It's Phil from DVC Clubhouse.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Debrief Podcast brought to you by DVC Clubhouse. This is Amy, joined as always by my co-hosts, Kathleen, Scott, and Phil. How's it going, guys?
Hey, guys.
Hey guys.
Welcome aboard, guys. She's on a roll. She has made it into March, and as long as we don't count the episode she was absent, she's keeping this together. I'm impressed.
She cracked on that one. She cracked.
Yeah, it was close.
Look at her
I
face.
did not crack. I didn't crack. Well, listen, and you know what, Scott? The way that my screen is, I haven't seen your face for the entire podcast. All I can see is your left arm. And so the first time I saw your face this entire podcast was when you leaned over to make that face to try to make me mess up. But alas, I did not mess up.
I'll scooch over. Here we go.
I like the view
There
before.
you are.
Phil just likes my arm.
Phil,
That's
could
all
you
there is
only
to
see
it.
his arm too?
That's all I got. I've just got Scott's shoulder and his arm, and now one corner of his tongue. Fantastic.
All right, everyone. So we're back for week 2 of our Walt Disney World draft. Last week, we drafted our picks for quick service dining at Disney World. And this year, not this year,
This year,
week.
just so everyone is aware, we're double recording because I'm in
Yeah.
Nashville on business next week. So when Amy says last week, you heard it last week. We recorded the quick service episode approximately 7 minutes ago. So we're all getting a little punchy here.
I'm still freshly hurt from the last episode.
So anyway, this week we are going to pick our picks for rides at Walt Disney World.
This one was hard to narrow down. I'm not going to lie.
I think that I'm going to have a harder time because I know that people are going to pick mine. So I'm going to have to think really hard about the order that I want to go once my picks have been picked.
I'm a fantasy draft pro. I have everything ranked on a sheet in front of me, so I can always figure it out later.
So, all right. So do you
The
want
good
to,
news
Phil?
is, based on the draft order and what happened in the last episode, nobody is going to take your first pick because you get the first round draft pick.
This is crap.
Woohoo! Well, Phil, just for our listeners who may not have listened to the first round, do you just want to give a quick rundown of what we're doing here?
Absolutely. We can do this again. So we have 4 different, what do we want to call them, groups that we will be drafting. So last week was quick serve. This week is rides. And then still coming are table service, restaurants, and then our favorite resorts. We are going to draft 16 picks in standard fantasy draft order. We will then post those as the brackets on our Facebook page, DVC Clubhouse. Head on over there and join if you haven't done so already. And we will use these as the seeding for our Sweet 16 of these and leave it to you, our clubbers, to tell us really where we messed up, because that's what you do most of the time. Look, I pointed out to Amy yesterday. She said, what are we going to do with these afterwards? And I said, I leave the forward-facing group interaction to others. There's a reason for that, because I will say things like that, or actually much saltier to the group. So they tend to keep me away from the general public. Leave me behind a microphone producing and editing. It's much safer that way. The group is still growing. If you allow me to interface with the public, it will shrink quickly.
Anybody who is already on the Facebook group saw the introduction to Phil when I was introducing all of the content providers for DVC Clubhouse. He was like, this is what I got. I was like, All right, it's going up. So if you want to see what Phil wrote in his introduction, that's your cue to go over to Facebook and join our group and be a part of the ridiculous shenanigans. But
I won't spoil it. We'll make you go to the Facebook group to find it. All I will say is it's true. All of it. Can confirm.
all right, shall we kick off this week's draft?
Hey, you've got the first round draft pick. You're doing the kickoff.
All right, so this week we're doing rides. My first pick, I don't think this is going to surprise any of you guys. My first pick is Pirates.
Oh,
You took my second pick.
You took my second pick.
Pirates is for me just classic Disney. It is one of the only rides that I pretty much ride every time I go to Disney World. I love the theming. I love the music. I love that it's not like a 2-second ride. It is just a delightful experience every time I'm on it. I can never get sick of it. It is like what Disney World is about for me. So Pirates is my number one.
All
Great
right,
choice.
that leaves me up next. And here's the thing. If I had to pick my absolute favorite ride at Disney, does it go to Kathleen? Amy Kathleen, I'm sorry.
Oh,
It is. I had the order messed up.
I probably just screwed myself over by doing
You did.
that.
You totally could have done this. What I was going to say is if I had to pick my favorite ride at all of Disney, I'm with Amy. I'd go with Pirates, but I'm in it to win it. So that's why it came in at number 2.
it was definitely number 2 for me. But my number 1, which might be a surprise to some, but not so much. And it is not Guardians. It's a small world.
Didn't even make my list.
That's a good choice. It's classic.
It is classic.
It's just Disney in a nutshell.
It
Didn't
is.
even make my list.
I don't care. It's a great ride. I love it. And I find something new every time I ride it.
Yes, me too. In my dreams when I fall asleep.
I don't think that it's bad that you picked it, but I did breathe a sigh of relief when you said it because it's not on my list either.
Me either.
So
I don't have to worry about that one.
I knew it wouldn't be.
It was on my list.
Anybody's list.
It is. At the bottom.
All right, Scott, time for you to spoil my dreams and take my pick.
You know it's Guardians. You know it is. I feel like
that was number 1. Someone was going to get it. I knew when I fell 4th in this draft, I was not getting that.
I feel like I just got like Bo Jackson at number 3. Like he just fell. Like you knew he was going number 1, but he fell to number 3. I don't even need reasons why Guardians is my pick.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's classic.
It is.
Like I said, if I had to pick my favorite ride on property, I'm going with Pirates. Every single visit, so many of my childhood memories. It's just incredible. But if you're in it to win it, you don't pick the guy that reminds you of, the player that used to be. You pick the top player in the draft, and that top player is Guardians, plain and simple.
Well, the top player makes me dizzy and nauseous, so.
All right, the good news is I can't believe it survived this long. I am going to go with my number 2 favorite ride in all of the park, and I can't believe it's going in at number 4 because it's a classic. I got to take Haunted Mansion. I feel like it's a steal at number 4.
Wasn't even on my list.
It was on my list.
I feel so terrible that it wasn't even on my list.
And because I get back to back, this is like my dream team. I am loving this. Number 5, also a steal. Give me some Soarin', baby. I love me some Soarin'.
Also on my list.
Yep, that was on my list too. Sad to see it go.
Yeah, the problem is I got to wait like 7 more picks before it comes back to me, so my heart's going to be broken.
Are you next?
Is it me?
Mm-hmm.
Already? Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Back to you, buddy.
I had 2 that I'm going to go with the Tower of Terror. I just think it's one of my favorite rides.
It's a good one. It wasn't on my list.
It's a solid pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go with Tower of Terror. There's so many options that are still left on the table right now, but I'm going to go with Tower of Terror. Nothing gets your juices flowing quite like a quick ride on the Tower of Terror.
And by juices, I'm thinking bile.
My turn?
Are you going to come up with a reasonable pick?
Oh, God. I have Spaceship Earth.
That was on my list, not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You're going with the classics.
We don't ride it enough.
No. Good choice.
And the funny thing is, that's another one we go on all the time. And I was going through all the rides in my head and on the list. And towards the end, I'm like, what am I missing? I'm missing something. And it suddenly occurred to me I didn't have Spaceship Earth. And it ended up ranking really highly. But I don't know why it's so forgettable. I think because you can get on it easily at the end of the day. It can be a walk on. You've got to do it every trip. But you see the icon, you know it's there, but for some reason it just only resides in the back of your head because you're going for Guardians, you're going for
Right.
Soarin', you're running after those, and you're like, oh, Spaceship Earth, I love that. How did I forget about that?
Oh.
So my pick for this round is Rise of the Resistance. To me, that's just another like hit it out of the park. It's the longest ride, one of the best themed rides. I know that some people who don't like Star Wars it doesn't rank high for them, but I'm not even a huge Star Wars fan, and I think that this ride is just absolutely incredible from the moment you enter the queue to the moment you step off the ride vehicle. Absolutely love it. 10 out of 10. Would definitely recommend.
Yeah, it's good. It's a definitely good ride.
I know it's an incredible ride, and it didn't make my list. I don't know why that ride doesn't resonate with me because I totally appreciate what it is and the show that it is and the link that it is and all the incredible animatronics and the interactivity. But for some reason, that ride just, I don't know, it doesn't speak to me, and it never really has. It's kind of strange.
All right, so I go again.
You go again.
Oh, she's going to take my pick. I just know it.
Oh, everyone's taking mine from this point.
Look at her face. Look at her.
I think she's taking both our picks because I think the next one, I think, is obvious, but we'll see.
It's just an evil look right now.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this is your pick. I was torn between two. I'm going with Toy Story Mania.
Not my pick. Okay.
No, surprise.
Shocking, actually.
That one for me is also just, I think it's so fun. There's definitely I have a little bit of a competitive edge. When when my kids were younger and Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin was the only option of the two, I loved that one. But I really love Toy Story Mania. I enjoy competing with whoever I'm sitting with. And I think it's just a fun, unique ride.
You need to ride that with Scott. I never could
Scott,
beat
do
him.
you get the same questions I do? My wife always says the same thing. Why do you always win? And I just answer, practice.
Guys are generally better at that ride. I'm not sure why.
I have no idea. It's some evolutionary quirk. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I'm not going to say anything.
It's probably for the best.
My accuracy is terrible, but I always have the best points.
All right, next.
What do you got?
Is it you or me?
I don't know who it is after that. I feel like I just shot my load with the first pick anyway, so it's just...
Who's next, Phil? I think it's Scott.
That's actually Scott.
Is it me?
Yeah.
I didn't know I went after Amy.
Nope, you're up. Just sling it.
All right, well, we're going to head on over to Magic Kingdom. Things might get a little messy here because I think I might steal everybody's pick, but we're going to go ahead and page Mr. Tom Morrow, and we're going to go with the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover.
It wasn't on my list.
Classic ride. Love it. Got to ride it every time we go.
Yeah, that was, I'm not going to lie, that was next up on my list. Actually, I don't think it's going to be the most popular one, but man, I hold that one so near and dear to my heart. Like, I'd just ride it all day long. Just DoorDash me some food from Pecos Bills, and I'll hang out there.
Yeah,
it's definitely never going to be a lightning lane ride, but it's always one that you got to ride when you go there.
All right, another steal. I can't believe this is coming in at 11, but I'm going to go with Flights of Passage. I can't believe Flights of Passage lasted all the way until pick 11. Absolutely immersive. I really can't stand the wait. I have to buy our way onto it. But man, what an incredible experience that is. I know it's a screen ride, and we're typically a little down on those, but as screen rides go, I think it's just absolutely incredible. The smells, the sights, the movement, the ride vehicle feels like it's breathing as you're on top. It's just amazing.
Wow, that one fell all the way to 11?
Really?
11.
Avatar.
How many did we pick so far?
Well,
I've only picked 2.
I feel like we skipped you. I feel like we skipped Kathleen.
So, Kathleen, you came in with It's a Small World and then Spaceship Earth.
Yes.
Have you picked 3, Phil?
I am coming up on number 3 now.
When
Okay,
did
so let's go
Kathleen
through
pick?
it. So we had Pirates, It's a Small World, Guardians, Haunted Mansion, Soarin', Tower of Terror, Spaceship Earth, Rise of the Resistance, Toy Story Midway Mania. Oh, we missed Kathleen, so we need to erase
Right.
People Mover and Flights of Passage. Kathleen, do you want one of those?
I do not.
Okay, so coming in after Toy Story Midway Mania is Kathleen's pick. Man, we did so much better on this the first time around. We're getting punchy late at night.
Sorry, we just got so excited we skipped you.
My next pick is Big Thunder.
Okay, so the list now is Pirates, It's a Small World, Guardians, Haunted Mansion, Soarin', Tower of Terror, Spaceship Earth, Rise of the Resistance, Toy Story, Big Thunder, People Mover, Flights of Passage.
Yes.
Okay, that makes it easier, and I get to pick again. And, I've got to go experiential at this point. We've done big rides, we've done exciting rides, we've done rides that put you to sleep that are only a 30-second walk-on. I'm going to take Kilimanjaro Safari.
That was
It's a
on
good
my
one.
list.
I never thought of that one.
It was on my list.
All
Who's
right,
up next?
Scott. Back to you, buddy.
This is my final pick.
Yeah, no performance anxiety here. Come on.
I'm going to go classic. First ride I ever rode at Disney. Currently not up right now. Can't wait for the refurb to be done. Test Track.
I am so on board with that, and the only reason it did not make toward the top of my list or even the middle is I like the original. The second one was solid. We don't know what's coming toward us, so I couldn't pick it because I just don't know what we're going to see in a year.
I'm excited for it to reopen, though. I think it's going to be good.
All right, Kathleen, your final pick. Make it a good one.
Probably going to have to go with Mine Train.
7 Dwarves. Think about all the rides. 7 Dwarves is coming in at 15. That is routinely a 70-minute wait, and it only made 15 on our list, which is interesting. Kathleen, you just kind of killed yourself because as the seating goes in a Sweet 16, you have now matched 7 Dwarves up against It's a Small World. Best of luck.
Classic versus one of the few individually paid lightning lanes. It's all right. You never know.
You don't. There could be at least 6 other people that like It's a Small World that could pull you through here.
There's a classic ride that I am shocked that nobody has picked yet. I'm not saying it because I know it's not my pick, but I am shocked that it has not been picked yet.
I think what you're talking about was next to my list, so we'll see.
Who's up?
Amy.
Amy with the final pick.
I'm really torn here because there's a couple left, but I think I'm also going to go with experiential, and I'm going to go with Living with the Land.
That was on my list. I love that ride.
I love that ride too. I love that there's a holiday overlay. I don't know. That to me also is just classic Disney. It's that edutainment. I absolutely love it.
Scott, out of curiosity, because it was next on my list, there's a few that I can't believe have not made it. Were you going Jungle Cruise?
No, I was going Space Mountain.
Space was also on my list, and when I said there's a couple left, so Space Mountain didn't make it. Jungle Cruise did not make it. Expedition Everest did not make it. Dumbo did not make it. Grand Fiesta Tour did not make it. There's a lot of incredible rides that did not make this list.
Well, and I have to say, Tiana's did not make my list. At least it was far down on my list.
Splash would have been a first round pick.
Totally, 100%. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And I still feel mad about it. And it's not that I'm mad that it's no longer Splash. It's that I'm mad that they did not do a better job with Tiana because they could have made it amazing.
What they gave us was mid, plain and simple. They took away an incredible ride, and what they replaced it with was mid. I just saw a post today that, a regular park goer who may or may not be considered an influencer was really excited for Tiana's, and they have not yet ridden that ride a single time where everything has been working correctly. They have never seen the ride with everything functioning. And when it is functioning, it's still mid.
I agree.
I must be in the minority on that one. I don't know. I love Splash Mountain and everything that it was, but I like Tiana's. I thought people say they just kind of phoned it in. I get that maybe it's not what it could have been, but I don't know. I just like it.
Give us
I like
something
it
that's
too.
based on the movie. Give us Tiana's story. Give us the great music. And there was incredible music in that movie. Give us the storyline. There were so many places they could have gone with it. And instead, we're out searching for food for her restaurant while she's dressed up in jungle fatigues.
No, we're searching for band members.
It's awful.
Not even food. Yeah, I like it, but it's just the storyline falls flat for me. And I don't think they should have changed the story. Why not tell the story of Tiana? Why make up this other completely irrelevant story?
Yeah.
Well, because to tell the story, you would have needed a river next door to really seal the deal, and they had no intention of keeping that. So,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm still salty. It will never go away. All right. So after a little bit of juggling back and forth and some mix-ups on the order, we present to you the bracket for our Sweet 16 for Walt Disney World rides. Starting from the top, Pirates. Somehow It's a Small World at number 2. I still think that's a typo. Guardians, Haunted Mansion, Soarin', Tower of Terror, Spaceship Earth, Rise of the Resistance, Toy Story Midway Mania, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, The People Mover, Flights of Passage, Kilimanjaro Safari, Test Track, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and near and dear to my heart, I would have picked it, Living with the Land. Insert pan flute here.
Does that mean Living with the Land is going to go up against Pirates?
Yeah, it's going to get killed, which is just too bad. But it makes me feel better that Seven Dwarfs is up against Small World.
Stop. When is this getting posted?
Listen, I'm definitely picking It's a Small World over Seven Dwarfs Mine Train because I never ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I kind of can't stand that ride, to be honest.
I think the juice is not worth the squeeze on that ride. I think it's a great ride, but it's kind of like Tron. It's a very, very short ride for a very, very long wait, and it just kind of drives me a little batty.
Yeah, we never ride it.
I was
We
just
rarely ride Mine
thinking
Train.
of the rides that nobody picked, and Tron was not on the list, was it?
It was not. Space was not there. Jungle Cruise was not there. There's some solid choices that didn't make it.
Slinkies is not on there.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Runaway Railway, yeah.
Speaking of salty.
Yeah, exactly. That would never make my list. No Smuggler's Run. Wait, I was going to say No Smuggler's Run. Are you guys excited for the next Smuggler's Run storyline that they're going to have it in that ride?
I had no idea.
I didn't hear about it.
Crickets.
I had no idea. Did
Yeah,
the Great
they're
Movie Ride make the list?
Don't make her
Listen.
cry.
Listen, did I tell you guys that I watched the other night? I put it on YouTube. There was a video of that ride from beginning to end, and I watched it, and a single tear rolled down my cheek.
Not surprising.
And you know the thing that, like, when I was watching it, like, I couldn't believe that ride was so elaborate. Like, all of those animatronics, all of that, like, just gone, dismantled. Like you basically, it felt like you were on the set of The Wizard of Oz in Munchkinland, and that's just gone. Gosh, please, I can't talk about it anymore. It's too
Hurts
upsetting.
almost as much as the lack of a steam whistle from a riverboat in Magic Kingdom.
Sorry, guys.
Rip.
Yeah, I honestly cannot. I'm still stuck on the fact that Jungle Cruise of all rides did not make this list. It's just shocking to me. It's just such a classic, but it just didn't measure up.
You know, I think that ride suffers from a terrible queue.
And a long wait. It's an amazing ride, but it is not a 90, 100-minute wait ride. It's just not.
I can't believe Monsters, Inc. didn't make it. The laugh floor?
Really?
That's classic.
Don't be that guy.
It's not a ride.
It's an attraction.
But we agreed that it would be rides.
All right, Amy. Okay. Whatever.
All right, guys, before this gets too ugly, Thank you, as always, for playing along, listening to our nonsense. We look forward to seeing how this one plays out when we put the brackets up on the Facebook page. Till then, if you could head on over to Apple Podcast, give us a like, a 5-star review, bring our nonsense to the masses, we would appreciate it. Amy?
And go ahead over to Facebook and join our page there, DVC Clubhouse. You'll also find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And until next time, we'll DVC you real soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
And so our journey comes to an end.
Oh, no, please, can't we go back to page 1 and do it all over again?
We started this thing together, and that's how we'll finish it.
Because that, my friends, is where the magic lives.